I was talking to Sunset Bonnie. She does some wood turning, and she loves fat wood, and she does other wood also, I believe. And I just want to thank her for just really just giving me the motivation, the incentive to go ahead and get a bench grinder. And you know what? I was ignorant about it. I did not know there was what is called a slow bench grinder. I thought all bench grinders were the same. But anyway, so I've been using a regular bench grinder. I've been wearing out my tools. I mean, they're ground down. But that's okay. I mean, it's better to learn and and never learn about it. So anyway, I got a slow bench grinder. I'm excited about it because I've been sharpening my tools by hand for the most part, except for my skews and roughing gouges. But anyway, I also got a Pro Grind system. And the Pro Grind system, it doesn't tell you, well, it says right here, recommended for 8-inch bench grinders. So if you get the Pro Grind sharpening system, make sure you have an 8-inch bench grinder, slow bench grinder. I don't know why, and maybe it just doesn't work with the jigs and stuff. And anyway, I finally, like I said, I was going to break down and get a jig, and I got a jig, okay? I broke down. I said, this is enough. There's lots of bolts, plates, there's instructions and stuff. So I'm going to put all this together. Now, they don't show it in this picture, but you really need to be able to shim it up. So I haven't read all the instructions. I have watched a video and I have read another guy's page. So I'm going to go from there. So anyway, the wood, according to the instructions, okay, first you need to get 1/4-inch bolts, flat washers, lock washers, and hex nuts. They are not included with the bench grinder, okay? So you have to get these bolts, flat washers, lock washers, and hex nuts first. And the bolt length has to be at least 1.5 inches longer than the thickness of the workbench. Okay? So that's important. They don't tell you what you need because it depends on what you're going to use. Depends on the wood you're going to use. To put the bench grinder on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get to this first part, and I'm just going to screw down this table. Alright, I didn't know what kind of wood screws to get, but this is what I got. And it comes free with a bit, so there's probably a catch. Probably not as good as some wood screws. I'm going to drill some smaller holes in it, though. And they got this thing down where I can't even open the thing up, so I'm going to cut it open with my utility knife. There we go. Okay, there's the bit. Okay. Here's the bit. And I'm going to get a drill bit that's smaller than these. Just drill some small holes in it to give it, a head start, basically. Okay, let's measure this base. It's all we Okay, I had to make a trip up to town and get the correct size length of the bolts. I had the wrong length. I had to get them longer. So we're good to go. Now I got them a lot longer. Here we go. So I can stick them through there. Because I got to compensate for both the, put these down here, both the grinder, bench grinder, and this table down here. Okay, we got it on there. Now then. Alright, and I'll be back because I got to read the instructions on the pro grinding system. Okay, the next thing it tells me that I have to do is measure the center, where the center is of the grinding wheel on each one. And I got to draw a line. Okay, I want to mark the center of this on the wheel itself with a pencil. It's not going to hurt it any. It'll rub right on off. Okay, see, and then what I can do is, I know this is probably the poor man's way, but that's okay, it'll work. It'll work just fine. It's pretty flat. Okay, here I just did this. It says, make a straight line mark directly under the center of the grinding wheel as shown in this image. And I just did that. See? I just did that. Okay, now we got to repeat this process on the other side. Okay, we're going to turn it over. Now it says, using the bottom corner of the base as a guide, align the base with the mark we made in step 1. Huh. With the provided screws, secure the bases. So I got to get a base. I got to get a base for that side and the other side. So it's going to look like this. This and this have to be aligned. So that's what we got to do next. Okay, here are the two bases. I got to get them out of the wrapped up plastic. This is what it's talking about. There's this. Then there's this one. And then I'll have to find the screws to go to it. I'll do that in just a minute. So, and get this pencil with me just in case. Okay, let's go back out here. So let's see. This one's going to go over here somewhere. This one will go over here. So, I got to line up. Let me read it again. Repeat this. Let's see. Using the bottom corner of the base. Align the base with the mark we made. Okay, so this area here, right here, going through here. Make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. This area here has to be lined up with this mark. With the mark. But I gotta, it's almost. It just about doesn't fit in there, under there, so that's a problem. Now I gotta deal with another problem here. Okay, I'm back. I've had a frustrating time with this thing. I had to put a couple, even after I put a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, I had to put two washers on each screw, or on each bolt underneath, to raise this up just a little more. These are the base on each side. And so in order for these to slide up underneath and clear this area here, I had to put a couple of washers in after a 3/4 inch piece of wood. Okay, I'm back. I have to be brutally honest with you. I had to take this whole thing apart because I didn't line it up properly. Let me take this out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. On this bar, I thought it was supposed to be lined up right here. It's supposed to be lined up right here with the center of the wheel. With the center of the grinding wheel. So it's supposed to be lined up right here with the line that goes down on each side. And this right here is still not quite right, because it's supposed to be lined up with the front of the bench right here. With the edge of the bench right here and here. But maybe it'll be okay. We'll see. I got the platform. This is called the platform. And I got the platform put together. And I had to figure it out by looking at the picture, because that's not clear. So anyway, you can slide in. This is the fine side. This is the rough side. So you can slide them in and out and put them either way. And then you got this is more than likely for the bowl gouge. I'm pretty sure it is. It's good and long. That's for sure. So, let's see. Do I not have it in properly? There we go. I had it tightened down. But anyway, and then on this, see, I'm still learning this stuff, so I hadn't used this yet. I'm fixing to try some of it. It's got the bowl scraper, 8 degrees, roughing gouge, parting tool, skew. So this is not covering everything, but it's a quad tool, and it is worth its weight in gold, I'm sure. But anyway, what you do, from what I understand, you got your platform up there, you got to tighten it down. And you say you're going to do, say we're going to do the parting tool. Okay, here's parting tool. These 2 points here, here and here, here and here, need to touch the wheel. Okay. Once they touch the wheel, then you set your, well, I got to loosen it up. Oh my goodness. Loosen it up. I don't reckon it matters how far away this is. I don't know. They didn't explain that to me. So these 2 points right here, it's dark outside. I apologize for that. But these 2 points right here, they have to touch evenly right here and here. And so your platform has to sit flat against the tool here. And then you tighten it down. And then you got it set. And you should have it set every time. So you'll be able to sharpen. So we're going to plug it in and try this out. I'm going to try this out and see. This is dirty. I got to clean it off first. I got to clean all my tools up first. So I'll be back. Okay, we're going to try this one. Oh, I got to plug it in first. Yeah, I got to plug it in. I hadn't even undone it from the tie here. See, that's how brand new it is. I hadn't done any of that. I've had this thing since the beginning of this past week. And I've been so busy doing other things, I have not had time to really unbox it. It just sat there in my living room. I started to unbox it one day, and I was like, no, I can't get to it. And it's something to be busy like that, and I work too, so, you know, it's kind of hard to get around stuff. All right, we're going to see. I'm going to turn it on for the first time. We're going to see how it goes. Let's see. See what's... Well, how about that? It is a slow grinder. It doesn't... And it's very nice and quiet, too. I like that. So I hadn't looked at the video or the paper to do my skew. I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm sure you probably kind of move it back and forth a little bit. But I got the right angle on it. I got the correct angle, like it says on the gauge here. Skew. Right there. And I put the two tips there. Put the two tips right there. And I had them touch until my platform is flat. There, I got the correct angle. Now, it doesn't have every angle for every tool you have, but it's got the basics everybody has. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I did film doing some tools, but, well, the video camera was aimed way down, too far down where you couldn't see what I was doing, so I decided I'll just do this part of the video today, and we're going to use just a simple tool. Starting off with is what I started off with last night. It's my other parting tool. So here's where it says parting tool down here. So we put it on the wheel. See, it's if you look at it, it's too high, so that means we have to loosen the platform. Okay, so the two tips are touching. Okay, but it has to be, this part of the parting tool has to be level with that, and it's too far in, so I gotta loosen it up right here and pull it out a little bit, because that's what the knobs over here. The knobs over here is what you tighten it down to the left, but you push it to the right when you're loosening it up, so you can pull it in and out. See? So anyway, we're just gonna pull it out for now and leave it loose. That's the bolt scraper. All right, parting tool. Here we go. Okay. So, all right, we got two tips touching. We got the platform. We got the tool sitting flat on the platform down here. So now we're going to tighten this knob up, and then I can tighten this down. Okay, here we go. We tighten that down, we tighten that down. We got it all tightened up, ready to go. Now all I have to do is put this on here where it's level, where it's sitting level, and just lightly touch it. Turn it on. Make sure that it is in the video this time. Good. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to lightly touch it. Now, Now, my parting tool I ground down some with my regular grinder, which is not meant for the tool, so I really messed up the shape of the grind. So I'll have to grind a little longer. Actually, this is the fine side. I should start off over on the rough side, but that's okay. We'll just do it on the fine side. Make sure it's flat on there. Slowly work it back and forth. Don't leave it on there a real long time. You don't want to abuse your tools. I've abused some of my tools, to be honest with you. I just got to be brutally honest. But it's getting there. It's almost there, see? It's almost there. Just a little bit more here and there, back and forth. And it gets hot as you grinding on it some. It gets very, very hot. Alright, we pretty much got it sharpened. Now they do say also in the video I watched where the gentleman, and I mean he's very helpful. It doesn't have everything in the video. That's my only complaint, if I can say that. That's a little bit of a strong word, because he really does an excellent job. He said to use you need to hone it after you've sharpened it. And so you need a honing block. I'm not sure where to get a honing block. But anyway, I mean, that's good and sharp. That is a perfect shape. That thing will cut. That's going to cut some wood. I know it will. Now to do the bowl gouge, we'll do the bowl gouge. I already did it, but I'm going to do it again to show for demonstration. Okay, I'm going to take this platform out. We don't need the platform for this. We need this part. Okay. So we're going to put this right here. And we're going to slide this tool in, this long bar in, and I don't know how far to put it right at the moment. And it comes with a jig. I'm so glad to get this jig, I tell you what. Now, the suggestion he started off with, there's two or three things you have to do first. You have to get the distance you want on the tip from the jig to the grinder wheel. So in order to do that, you have these numbers down here. There's 2 inch, there's 1 3/4. Now this gentleman that I watched a video of, he suggested do 2 inch. And I mean, there's different grinds for things. People who are very experienced, they know what they want. So it has a long grind for a bowl gouge. See, it has a bowl gouge, long grind, 2 inch projection, number 3 position. So it tells you what all you need to do. And I'll explain that to you in just a second. And it also has another one for a standard bowl gouge grind. 2-inch position, 1 position. Okay. Okay, we're going to start off. I'm just going to show you the 2-inch position would be that you have to take the bowl gouge. I think you'd have to turn it upside down. And you measure it here. So when you put it in your jig, all right, so I put this in, and then this, make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. This right here on the edge has to be flush. Okay. Okay, now, see, that gives you the distance. Now, the jig has numbers on here. The jig itself. Let's turn it this way. No, let's turn it this way. Okay, it has a 3. You move this arm. Okay, it has a 1. I have it in number 1 position. Oh, there we go. Gee, I can't find it. There's number... Oh, I have to loosen this up. Sorry. Okay, so you have these positions on here. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay. According to the jig you are using, if you're using the long one, you put in the position that it calls for. The one I'm using, the bowl gouge one I'm using, is the long grind. And tighten that down, it's coming apart. Whoops. Okay. Okay, this is a long grind I'm going to do, because that's what the gentleman on the video suggested. So I'm just going to go along with that, because I don't know a lot about, you know, bowl gouges and grindings and stuff like that. So anyway, it says number 3 position there. So the position is set on here. And see it in the video. Let's see. Okay. The position is 3. Okay, we're setting it on 3. So we're going to lock this down. So I locked it down, and I'm going to set it in here. In order to get the distance, now I'm using the long grind. It's going to be the same identical as this. In order to get the correct position on the wheel, I have to put this piece in the jig. That's what it is, okay? Okay, because this has to go in here, because you don't know how long it's supposed to come out from the wheel. We don't know until we put this piece in. And we're going to line these 2 points, here, against this wheel, where they both make contact properly. They're both making contact at the same time. So we got that properly set for the distance of where the jig, when it fits into that. Okay, so it's not quite touching properly. Let me pull it out a little bit more. Okay, now we got it. Okay, now we're going to lock that down. We got that locked down. I'm going to take this little piece off. I don't know what to call it, but, well, it's part of the tool system, and I like it. I mean, gee, it's going to be much better. Okay, now I need to measure. Once again, since I had to take this back out, I have to measure this properly in here, and the reason why I know it's number 2 side is because this says Well, this right here says if you're using, if you're using a long grind, you need the number 2-inch projection with a 3-inch position. We got the 3-inch position established. Okay, from here to here with the jig. Now we got to do 2-inch projection. Alright, so we're doing number 3 on there, see? We got the length. We got number 3. You probably can't see it because it's not showing in my video camera properly. I deeply apologize for that. It's the lighting in here. Okay, there's 3. Oh my goodness. So anyway, we're going to we got to turn it upside down. And pull that up forward until the tip is touching on the end there, so we can tighten it down and lock it down where it needs to be. I'm having some troubles here. Houston. Okay. Okay. Got that. All right, we got the distance from here to here with the jig to the wheel properly aligned. We got number 3 position, 2-inch projection according to here. I know I'm repeating myself, but if somebody is not understand something, I want them to be able to get it. Now, I'm not experienced with this. I did watch a video one time where they said to start on the sides of the bowl gouge, okay? Start on the sides, you know, and do the sides, and then do the center, the tip, to gently to meet the sides, okay? To blend in or segue into the sides on each side, okay? So that's all I know. So I'm just going to do the best I can. I'm no professional. Okay, here we go. Swing your way over here. This is weird. Okay. I don't understand this because this handle is so freaking long, I gotta go to each side to do it. I don't know how they do it. Whoa, I bumped it. I didn't mean to do that at all. That's terrible. Alright, let's look at it. It looks pretty doggone good to me. Man, it looks beautiful. Wow, that looks gorgeous. I could never have done that at home manually. Man, now I'll be able to do some things. I know when I first got this and it was good and sharp, I could do delicate, tiny stuff with it, touching the little tip part of it. And I was just so amazed at it being so long and so heavy to be able to do tiny, tiny, delicate pieces of work. And then it got dull and I couldn't do that anymore. But anyway, I just want to show you that. I apologize that I'm not the best at explaining things. But if this video is helpful for somebody out there, you know, hey, that's all that matters. That's all I want to do. I want to help people just like other people have helped me. Okay, I've already sharpened some of my other tools, and some of my, there's a couple of them though that got so ground down that I have to just, I can't sharpen on here anymore. They're too short. I've ground down too much metal with the regular grinder and messed them up. So anyway, I knew not to use the bowl gouge on the regular grinder. I knew not to do it at all on a grinder until I had the proper equipment. So I always tried to do it by hand, and I just could not copy the same sharpness as what it was originally until I got a jig, and I finally got a jig. So here we go. Now I'm good to go, and I got it right there. The only other problem would be that it's going to get wood shavings on it some, but I can blow it off with my air blower, and that's fine with me. I got it right there. It sharpens up really quickly. I don't want to spend 20 or 30 minutes, if not an hour, trying to sharpen and clean my tools. I can just touch it up real quick and be done and get right back to my work. And I love that. That's going to save me so much time and aggravation. So anyway, I just want to thank you for coming by and visiting my channel and all my subscribers. I love you guys. I really enjoy seeing you and your comments. Make me happy. It just really gives me the incentive to continue to put out videos. So thank you very much, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. I'll turn something else for you with my sharpened tools. All right, bye-bye.